That piece of paper right there is a $2,500 dealership maintenance estimate for a Honda with 90,000 miles on it. The car runs fine, no warning lights, no weird noises, just a dealer who spotted someone who didn't know better. Here is what they don't want you to know. Honda, Toyota, and Nissan engineer their cars to run for 300,000 miles without drama. But that only happens if you stop following half the advice on that estimate. Today, we are running through 7 hacks, some in the gray area, some flat out not recommended by the manufacturer, that actually keep these cars alive while the dealer's schedule slowly drains your wallet. Let's get into hack number 1. Hack 1. The Nissan CVT partial drain and fill. Nissan tells you the CVT fluid in your Altima, Rogue, or Sentra is lifetime fluid. No service needed, ever. That is one of the most expensive lies in the Japanese car market. CVT fluid does not last a lifetime. It lasts until the heat kills it. And in a continuously variable transmission that is generating friction across a steel belt and a pair of pulleys every single second you are moving, the heat comes fast. There is no warning light for degraded CVT fluid, no code. The transmission just starts slipping, then shuddering, then it stops moving entirely, and Nissan hands you a $4,000 rebuild estimate. The fix is a partial drain and fill every 30,000 miles. You do not need a machine. You do not need a shop. You pull the drain plug, let roughly 4 quarts drain out, refill with fresh fluid, and drive. That is it. The reason we do partial instead of full is because draining the pan leaves fluid inside the torque converter, so you are always diluting old fluid with new. 3 cycles over 90,000 miles, and the fluid in your CVT is essentially refreshed. One disclaimer that actually matters here: the fluid spec is non-negotiable. Nissan CVT transmissions require NS3 fluid, or NS2 on older models. Generic CVT fluid from the discount shelf will destroy your transmission faster than running it dry. Check the cap, confirm the spec, buy the right bottle. $30 in fluid versus $4,000 in a rebuild. That math is not close. Hack 2. Toyota's lifetime ATF myth. Toyota runs the same playbook on Camry, Corolla, and RAV4 automatics. Lifetime transmission fluid, no scheduled service. Trust us. Drain the fluid on a Camry with 65,000 miles that has never been touched. What comes out is black, not dark brown, black. Fluid so degraded that the friction modifiers are completely spent, and the clutch packs inside your transmission are running on chemistry that no longer protects them. That's what lifetime fluid looks like in practice. The drop and fill method gets around this without a flush machine. Drain the pan, refill to spec, then drive 20 miles so the fresh fluid circulates through the valve body and the clutch packs. Drain again and refill again. 2 rounds will exchange the majority of contaminated fluid from the system. Total material cost is around $40, depending on how much fluid your transmission holds and which Toyota ATF spec you're running. WS fluid for most models after 2006. Drivers who do this on a 60,000-mile Camry report noticeably smoother shifts within the first day. That's not placebo. That's clutch packs operating in fluid that still has its friction modifiers intact. The alternative is a $3,500 transmission rebuild somewhere around 120,000 miles when the clutches wear through. Toyota's maintenance schedule doesn't mention this because Toyota's maintenance schedule isn't written to protect your transmission. It's written to protect Toyota's liability exposure. Hack 3. Honda VTEC solenoid screen clean. Honda's version of this problem isn't about fluid. It's about a screen the size of your thumbnail that's quietly strangling your engine's top-end power. The VTEC solenoid controls oil pressure to the variable valve timing system. Inside the solenoid housing, there is a small mesh screen, and over time that screen collects oil sludge. Once it clogs, oil pressure to the VTEC system drops. The system stops engaging, and your engine loses the high RPM power band that makes a Honda feel like a Honda. You also get a P2646 code, and the dealer quotes you $300 to $500 to replace the solenoid. The solenoid doesn't need replacing. The screen needs cleaning. Remove the solenoid. 1 bolt, 1 connector, 5 minutes. Pull the screen out of the housing, drop it in a cup of carb cleaner for 10 minutes, rinse it, let it dry, reinstall. If you already own carb cleaner, this costs you nothing. $0. The code clears on the next drive cycle. VTEC engages cleanly, and throttle response above 4,000 RPM comes right back. Before and after feels immediate. There is a specific sharpness above the VTEC crossover point that just disappears when that screen is clogged and comes back the moment it is not. That fix costs nothing. This next hack costs $2 and protects a component that every Japanese engine on the road depends on every single mile. Hack 4, the $2 coolant pH test. Every Japanese engine built in the last 30 years is loaded with aluminum cylinder heads, water pump impellers, and heater core tubes. Aluminum is light, it transfers heat well, and it dissolves in acid. That last part is the one your dealer is not going to bring up. Coolant starts life mildly alkaline, somewhere between 8.5 and 10.5 on the pH scale. That alkalinity is what keeps the aluminum in your engine intact. As the inhibitor package inside the coolant breaks down, pH drops. Below 7, you have crossed into acidic territory, and your coolant stops protecting the engine. It starts attacking it, slowly eating at the head gasket seating surface, the water pump housing, and the inside of your heater core. No warning light, no code. Nothing until the damage is done. A $2 aquarium pH test strip from any pet store tells you exactly where your coolant stands in 30 seconds. Dip the strip, read the color. Green or blue, you are fine. Drive on. Yellow or orange, flush it regardless of what the calendar or the mileage sticker says. Head gasket repair on a Honda or Toyota 4-cylinder runs between $1,200 and $1,800. The strip costs $2. Test every 10,000 miles, and you will never flush coolant because a schedule told you to. You will flush it because the chemistry told you it was time. Those are two completely different standards of information, and only one of them is actually true. Hack 5. MAF Sensor Clean plus ECU Idle Relearn. Your mass airflow sensor measures every cubic centimeter of air entering your engine in real time. The ECU takes that number and calculates exactly how much fuel to inject. If the sensor reads 10% low, fuel delivery is wrong by 10%. Combustion efficiency drops, and fuel economy falls with it, silently, with no check engine light, because the sensor is technically functioning. It is just dirty. Dust and oil mist from the crankcase ventilation system coat the hot wire element inside the sensor housing over time. The wire's resistance changes, the readings drift, and your ECU starts adding fuel to compensate for what it thinks is lower airflow. You are running rich and paying for it at every fill-up. A $7 can of CRCMAF sensor cleaner fixes this in 5 minutes. And the product name matters. Carb cleaner and brake cleaner will destroy the hot wire element permanently. Use MAF specific cleaner only. Remove the sensor. 10 bursts from 6 inches away on the wire element. Let it dry for 10 minutes, then reinstall. Now, here is the step most people skip, and skipping it cuts your results in half. After cleaning, disconnect the negative battery terminal and leave it off for 15 minutes. Your ECU has spent thousands of miles building adaptive fuel trim corrections around a dirty sensor. Wrong inputs, wrong compensations, all of it baked into the learning tables. Clean the sensor without resetting the ECU, and those old corrections stay active on top of the new accurate readings. You are stacking bad math on good data. Disconnect the terminal, let the learned adaptations clear, reconnect, and drive. The ECU relearns from scratch over the next 50 to 100 miles, this time against accurate airflow data. Drivers consistently report 5 to 8% fuel economy recovery from the clean and reset combination. That holds across multiple tanks. It is not a one-tank fluke. It is the ECU finally understanding what a clean engine can actually do. Hack 6. PEA Fuel Injector Treatment. Dealers charge $100 to $150 for injector cleaning. Most generic bottles on discount store shelves do essentially nothing because they do not contain the one ingredient that dissolves carbon, polyethyramine, PEA. Petroleum distillates in a branded bottle are not a fuel system cleaner. They are expensive fuel. 3 products have documented PEA concentrations worth using: Chevron Techron Concentrate, Lucas Fuel Treatment, and Royal Purple Max Clean. Add 1 bottle to a tank when there is less than a quarter tank of fuel remaining so the concentration stays high as the cleaner moves through the injectors. That contact time is what dissolves the carbon deposits on the pintle tips and in the intake ports. $12 every 15,000 miles replaces the dealer's service completely. The deposits do not know the difference between a $140 shop machine and $12 of concentrated PEA. The chemistry is identical. This last one is the most illegal hack on the list because no parts store sells it and no shop profits from it. The average driver generates 30 to 40% more thermal cycling in their braking system than the driving situation requires, accelerating hard, braking late, repeating. That thermal cycling warps rotors, glazes pads, and burns through brake components at roughly double the rate of a smooth driver in the same car on the same roads. Research from the European Tire and Rubber Manufacturers Association documents fuel economy differences of 8 to 12% between smooth and aggressive drivers operating identical vehicles over identical routes, with throttle and braking technique as the only variable. Read traffic 50 to 100 meters ahead. Coast to natural deceleration instead of driving full speed into a braking zone. Hold steady highway speed instead of hunting a target with constant small throttle corrections. Brake pads go 60,000 miles instead of 35,000. Rotors stop warping. Tires wear evenly across the contact patch. At 15,000 miles per year, smooth driving saves $150 to $200 in fuel alone before you factor in brakes and tires. Zero investment, no parts, no tools. Stack these 7 together and you are running a Japanese car the way it was engineered to be maintained, not the way someone built a revenue model around. If you want to go deeper, the next video covers Japanese engine oil myths that are costing people engines one cold start at a time. Watch that one before your next oil change and subscribe to Japanese Motor Vault so you do not miss the next tips to keep your car running and your wallet safe.